Whoa, whoa, now listen, I've done a lot of plant food this week and it's having some kind of effect. Not too sure, feeling a little bit rough. Been waiting ages to use that. Finally got around to it. So Les here over at Featherstone Hydroponics. This is video 5 of the setup for that 1.2 metre tent that we've got there. So we've done us tent, we've got us tray in, we've built us as watering systems, grow system basically, we've built us lighting system up. Now we're going to be touching on climate control. In this particular bit, what we're actually doing is looking at the extraction, you know, for the heat basically. So what we have got a fan. Right, this is a single speed fan. You can also get this in 2 speeds, and you can also get it one in temperature, so it'll sense the temperature and kick in or slow down or whatever. Now for doing that bit, I prefer that particular function to be on a separate device rather than built in, so I'm just using this single fan. Now it might be that this fan is a little bit too powerful for that size tent, because we can do a smaller one than this. You can get a 4-inch one, this is a 5-inch one. And all that really means is that when we turn the fan on, because it's basically going to be zipped up into when the fan's running, the walls are going to suck in. Now if they only suck in sort of a little bit, perfect. That means it's running as it should be. But what I think might happen with this one is it might suck it in too much. Do you know what I mean? So what we'll have to do then is release some of them vents. Remember the little vents at the bottom of the tent that we put them black sheets over? Well, it will adjust them to allow more air in to sort of balance it back out. But we'll come to that when we get there. But at some point, although this is the basic setup, because that's what we're doing, we're trying to set it up as basic as we can. But you can obviously move on from that. And one of the first things I'm going to be doing once it's all set up and we're ready, is I will be introducing another piece of equipment in this, which is called the RC1 fan controller. And what that does is it senses the temperature it's got a probe on it, so it will sense the temperature, and then once it gets to the temperature that you've set, the fans will slow down or speed up to keep that temperature spot on. It will actually control 2 items, so an input fan and an output fan, if that's what you wanted to do. Input fan I'm not going to be using, but I will certainly be using that because it will allow me to say, right, I'm going to set it at 24 degrees and it's going to stop there. Do you know what I mean? The fan will keep it at the right temperature. But I'm going to do that as an add-on, if you like. So that's the fan. Like I said, this is a 5-inch fan. And that's a 1.2 metre tent. And this is a carbon filter. Now the carbon filter is only really necessary if you're growing a crop that stinks, basically. Or if you've got nosy neighbours and stuff like that. If you're growing peppers and whatnot, it's probably not necessary. Now I'm going to be installing this in the shop, just so when we've got customers coming in that can see the setup and they can see this installed, because it's easier to say you don't need that bit than try and explain to them what it's for. So I'll set it up and I'm going to include it into the system. Now interestingly, on the front of this box, I don't know if you can see that box here, but here it will actually tell you what size filter to use for this fan, which is very useful. So that's the size that we've got here. Look. Now I'll take all these out of the box in a sec. We also got some hose pipe, basically, some of that aluminium, what do they call it? I can't think what they call it. It's just pipe, basically, concertina pipe. I'll show you that in a sec. We've also got a collar for connecting this to this. This is a padded collar. And we've got some clips to connect the hose to the filter or the fan. Screwdriver, and that's about it. I'll run you through the prices of these bits. This particular fan is the Rhino Pro fan. This one is 60 quid. The filter, this particular filter is the Pro one again, and this is the 5-inch by 12-inch one. And these are 80 quid, but again that's up to what, depending on what you are growing. That might not be necessary. That the bagging, the piping is about 4 quid. Clips £2.50 and soft clips a fiver, And that's about it for this. That's this setup. But of course you can get these fans in all sorts of sizes. We do have a small, this filter, we have a smaller one, but we also have this beast at the side. I don't know if you can see it, this is huge. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these out of the box and show you what the crack is. Now, if anybody knows the name of that character, then the mask I've just been wearing, because we've just had a customer in and we were saying we don't know who it is. Now, it looks like Groot. It's certainly that Groot-esque, if you like, with wood bits, but it's not Groot. It's another character, but I can't think who it is. Anyway, if you know, put it in the comments. Because people have asked me before and I've had no idea. Right, so in this fan box, can you see this? In this fan box you will be getting a wall bracket clip if you wanted to mount it that way. It comes already with a plug on. Right, so if you were going to mount it on a wall, what you would do, you would mount it like that, and it lines up with these holes which are pre-screwed into this. They do supply you 2 screws as well, so them holes line up like that. I mean, you can put it in any of them because they're all over the place. It'll fit just the same, so you can have it mounted that way on a wall. I'm not going to be using that because I'm going to be suspending it. Get rid of that. Now it does have an arrow on the body of it. Oh, it's difficult to see. It's got a little arrow on it. I'll show you. Because it's kind of moulded into it rather than painted or out. You might not even be able to see it. Look, you see it? You've got an arrow, or 2 arrows actually. Can't show you the second one. There, second one. That's showing you the direction of the spin. Showing you it's going that way. But it's also showing you that it's blowing out this way, right? So we need to mount the filter on the other end because we want all of the air in the tent to go through the filter and be expelled through the fan. So that was there. The filter itself, you can get different qualities of filters. You can get cheap ones, and then you can get these. There's lots of brands, but you always want to go for the best one that you can afford. Because if you've already decided that you have a need for using one, the last thing that you want to happen is have it fail, because it's spent. So get the best one that you can afford. It's always better to be over than under. Right, so let's get this out of the bag. I can show you better. Now these Rhino filters, I think, they're really, really good. You would get probably 2 or 3 crops of smelly stuff out of this. Make sure it's spent. You can actually buy refills for this stuff, but I think it's a lot of faff, you know, for not much saving, to be honest. A bit like this bag. So that's the filter. It's got a sleeve on it, a plastic, like cling film sleeve. You need to take off. And that's your filter look. I'll bring it round and show you. That's your filter look. See? So all of the air will be coming in there and being sucked out of there. So everything that comes out has got to go through this. And this captures older particles in, I think it said something like 5 nanoseconds or something daft. Anyway, that's that. And this is the one that we're using. This is a spongy collar. So that's just going to sit on top. This is just going to sit in there. Like so. And then we'll tighten these screws. Now because it's spongy, I'm not 100% sure it's going to hold, so I'm going to make sure it's really good and tight. So it's pulling these walls together as I screw it up. We're nearly there with the tent now, we're nearly set up. We've only got the compost and feed to show you, and then the actual potting, and then we can assemble everything in the tent. Like I said, this is the basic setup. So you will, if you're having it on like, let's say 12 hours or 18 hours or whatever it is, your cycle, you're going to have to do it manually by getting up and turning it on and off. Because there's no timer on this unless you use that grassland timer. That green power. I'll get it right eventually. Now what I'm going to be doing is suspending this, but I'm not going to be suspending it just with this. So that this is dangling, because that's going to put undue pressure on it, you know, it's going to want to fall off. So we'll be suspending it, this bit will be suspended on one hanger and this will on the second hanger. So that we spread the load to keep these two bits together. I think that's about as much as I can tighten it up. Well, I'm holding it with the fan, so that means it's got a good hold. Spot on. Now then, you will also get, with the fan, a cover to make it last longer. Because, bearing in mind that all of the air that's in there will be getting sucked into this, it will also suck dust particles in, which are going to be blocking your filter, so you get like a stocking. Get it out. There we go. It's like a stocking to go around the filter, which I can do in a sec. See if I do that. Do it from the top. Like I said, this stops any big bits of dust. I think it'll go off a lot. Might have to do it from underneath. It's going. That goes over that like that. You can take this off because you'll notice that it gets very dusty, that. This white fluff. But I don't know what it is, but it's fluff. We call it fluff. This white fluff will get covered in dust. You'll notice that. You'll not notice it straight away because it's a slow process, like, isn't it? But you can take it off, wash it, and put it back on. Easy peasy. Keeps everything efficient if you wash it. Right. The last bit of this is. Let me have a slurp of coffee. I hope you've got some comments up about all that character is. I've lost my knife again. I'll show you this. This comes in 5 metre lengths and 10 metre lengths. Now I'm only using a 5 metre length because we're not actually going anywhere. We're only coming out of the window, one of the windows, and letting it dangle into the room. Now because I'm Yorkshire, I'm recycling that power because I'm using it to light my plant, and then I'm using the heat to heat my shop. Up here for thinking, down here for dancing. All the way around. I bet Uncle Keith's having a good time looking at me now, unwrapping this. Right, so this is what I was saying, it looks like Alf's nose. Robbie the robot's arm, you know what I mean? Danger, Will Robinson, danger. That's what it is. So it's like a concertina. If I pull it, it'll go like that, look. Right. So this is actually 127 millimetres. It should be a couple of mil bigger than this. But you've obviously got the thickness of that wall, so I'm not 100% sure. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to drag it all out, obviously, because it'll be a pain in the rectum. Because it's got a bloody clip on it. Put a tie wrap on it, haven't we? Get this out. Watch me cut this out. Live on TV. Ooh. But you're on now, sat there going, ooh. Ah, got you now. Right, so there's two clips in the back. Back this off because it's going to have to go around this. It's one of these that you reverse out, you see. It's got like a groove in it. Suppose I could just lift it up, couldn't I? Can you just lift it up? No, can you probably? What can you do? You know, it's live, isn't it? You've got to sit here. Your fingers are killing now. Can't feel them. I don't know if it's turning or not. Just in case, just as an interest for you, like I've said, we have told you before, but we are open 7 days a week. So if you wanted to pop down to Featherstone Hydroponics, not only is it hydroponics down here, we've obviously got Juice Cabin in the front, which is the best vape shop in the area, without a doubt. We've got over 200 flavours of e-liquids, all manufactured right here on the premises in our clean room upstairs. We have a coffee shop, as you see, with my daily delights. This week we're having the finest Puerto Rican coffee beans, but it's not going to last long because it's delish. But we have specialty beans. We have the latest electronic cigarettes. We've got everything that you could possibly want, from starter kits up to high-end mods. You name it, we've got it. We've got your coils, your tanks, your juicers, your mods, your starter kits. We also sell flavourings from Capella, Perfumer's Apprentice, VG, PG, etc, etc, etc. It's far more than just a vape shop. Or in this case, a hydroponic. Right, so I hate this. This is one of the trickiest jobs. You've got to try and get this over that now. Right. It does go. I promise you it does go. It's just a tight fit. And you've got to use the wires, because it's made up of a spiral wire. You've got to use those wires to get it off the edge. If I've got it in that side. It's a real pain in the ass. There ought to be some kind of fitting thing for it, so you can get it fitted. Come on, baby. You can do it. You can do it. Right, now, as you can see, we've now gone over it. I would like it a bit more down than that, though. Just get rid of it. Like that. It's probably best if you've got somebody else at that side pulling it down at the same time as you. because it's you know, it's stretching in two directions. Anyway, that's it, over. So all we've got to do here now is position this clip square like that and tighten it back up. I'm not doing it now because it's going to be done in there. So that is effectively the entire air system. The only thing, like I say, that it could be that this fan is slightly too powerful and it might make the tent suck in a little bit, in which case I can adjust the ventilation at the bottom to maintain the temperature. The only thing I will be adding, like I say, is that RC1 fan controller, which will allow me to set a temperature and the fans will maintain that temperature. You can actually put a heater on the other. Do you remember the time that we've got, you can put a heater on that, so the heater comes on when the fan comes up, when the lights go off. Do you know what I mean? So the temperature doesn't drop. Or you can just leave it as au naturel. That's what we're going to be doing here. It's going to be au naturel. Whatever it drops to at night, that's what it's going to get. Which I think will be fine for this. But that's about it for this. So, any questions, stick them in the comments. You know, don't be shy. Anybody wanting to come and buy stuff, this is discreet here, so you know, you can go out the back door if you want. You know, I've got to walk through the high street. You could come in. It is a vape shop. And beside me, or at the back of me, I don't know if you can see this. We've got the soil that I'm going to be looking at in the next video. We've got bat mix, which is a soil-based mix. We've got cocoa, premium cocoa mix. We've got clay pebbles, right, ceramic pebbles, and we've also got this rockwool, these rockwool cubes, which I think we're going to be using that. I haven't really made my mind up yet. But they're the four that I'm going to be looking at, because you've got one from each of the sections, if you like. You've got a coir, you've got a water, you've got pebbles, etc, etc. So we're going to be looking at that, and I'll show you them in depth what the benefits are of each one over the other one. I mean, it's a personal preference at the end of the day, and it depends. A lot of it depends how much time you want to put into tending to the plants. Some are better for auto looking after than others. Some of them require more maintenance, like dribble, 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 dribble. But you know, you're going to get out of it the effort that you put into it. That's what I'm all about. Oh yeah, there is a little thing here. If you wanted to pop down to the shop, we've got some nice growing schedules for you. So you can come in and pop in the shop and pick these up. These are from Plant Magic. This particular one is the hydro schedule, so it shows you what products to use at what week it's in. That's growth, and then flowering. This is bloom is flowering, and then this is the week for flowering and what particular stuff you need. So there's lots of different ones of these. Look, one for cocoa. It's the same, flowering and growing. Nutrient schedule for biobuzz, deep water schedule, and there's a little guide here as well for the different stuff, tells you all about it. So if you wanted to pop down to the shop, all that's there for you to pick up. It's worth having a look at, gives you a little bit of something to read as well. So that's it for this video, folks. Hope you've enjoyed it. Like I said, this is the basic setup for our 1.2 meter tent, and this is video 5. We'll be looking at the ventilation system. And once it's all finished, I will be adding on that little temperature thing. That's just for my peace of mind. And that's about it. Yeah. So in the meantime, you take care and don't forget to subscribe. It's Life with Les on YouTube, and also don't forget to go over to the YouTube group for Juice Cabin, which is facebook.com/groups/Juice Cabin, and you can subscribe there, and you will also get notification of when I release new videos and things. So I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget, let me know what this character's called. See you later.